Hello, everybody. It is Saturday morning, and I'm going to get a few hours out in the shop. We're going to start by getting these out of clamps. So let's see how they look in a couple hours when they're all glued up into a nice big block. I'm making pretty good progress. I've got 3 over here in glue up. And then over on the bench, I've got a nice little stack. I've got these laying on their end because they still had some glue. You can see with that wet spot there. And then when I'm sticking to the table, get to the side here so you can kind of see them a little better. They're looking good, and I've got these 3 remaining that I need to glue up when those come out of clamps. And this is my leftover stock, and there's a lot of oak in there, what looks like a piece of maple and a piece of walnut. So really, putting those together isn't going to do anything for me. You can see this bucket is growing. I've been putting the cutoffs together. So at some point, when I get the saw back out to start cutting these, I'll start squaring the edges of those, and hopefully in the meantime, I'll continue to glue these up and just have a bunch more pieces, and I'll just square one side of them with my small stock joining jig, and then that will allow me to make some more glue ups of hopefully some really odd ones, because if you look, I mean, there's not a lot, like that one's already got, what, 3 pieces on it, so, you know, there's not a lot of, they're not going to be as thick as these, so you'll have a lot more craziness in the blank, I hope. And that's just going to be a fun one. Whatever I get, I get. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I just didn't want to throw these pieces away. So we'll use what we can, and you know, maybe we'll get something cool out of it. Well, I've got all of my larger pieces out of clamps, and these are the final pieces of the really oddball stuff. You can see I've got this bucket empty. I've got a bunch more in this bucket. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the saw set up, because I need to go ahead and square one side of each of these so that I can glue them together. And once I get all that done, the glue should be dry enough on all this oddball stuff that I'll square one side of the oddball stuff so that I can start gluing that up into larger pieces. That took a little while, but I have every one of these 2-ups, at least one side, or actually only one side, jointed. And I put a squiggly mark so I could see that side easily when it came time to glue up. These are ready to sort and glue into 4-ups. Over here, this is what took a little bit of time, is these are all of the little tiny pieces I glued together. I jointed, and you can see the squiggly marks, one side of each one of those, so that in between, once I make the glue up of those, while I'm waiting for that glue to dry, I can then play around with these and start, you know, kind of putting them together and making a blank out of this montage of oddball pieces. Got a bunch of glue ups going over here, looking good. I ended up having more clamps than I thought. A buddy of mine gave me a bunch of clamps when he was getting out of woodworking, and then my dad gave me a bunch of clamps because he was moving, and that really helped out. I've only got 3 sets left to clamp up, so that won't be bad at all. I'm going to turn my attention now to some of these smaller oddball glue ups, see how many of those I can get put together. Couple of nice sized blocks. These are perfect. They're 12 inches roughly across by about 13 inches tall. So basically, I'm just going to leave them alone. We'll cut this one into chaos blanks and this one into chaos blanks. So we'll have a good number of blanks. Over here, here's some of the little cutoffs that I've put together. This is a nice little blank. I'll be able to get some decent size blanks out of this by cutting it at the 45s. And then right over here, I've just got a few other little pieces left. I'm going to glue those up, and maybe what I can do is, these are just in layers. They haven't glued together yet, but maybe I can get another layer or 2 like this and kind of lengthen this blank out a little bit. So real happy with my progress so far. Well, I didn't do too bad. I got one of the blanks cut. It's ready to be mixed up and glued together. I've got the other 2 blanks. I've got one side cut flat so that I can put it against my fence and cut my 45s. I got the other blank flat, ready to go against the fence. This blank needs to be squared up and glued together, but I just got notified it's time to stop. We have senior night for the band, so I'm going to be going in the house and cleaning up, and then we're heading over to the school to celebrate with the band and celebrate senior night. So this is it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll try tonight to get this uploaded. If not, it'll be first thing Sunday morning. But thanks for hanging out with me, and made a lot of progress today. I'm really happy with where we are, and I can't wait to get back out here tomorrow and finish these 2 blanks up. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.